What is up, Earthnoids and Spacenoids? I am just a simple new type, and in this episode, we are heading back to the one-year war to learn about your favorite female Zeon squadron. The Noisy Fairy Squadron is Caecilia's secret all-female special forces team that technically never existed. Like most things I covered, I haven't played the video game which this manga is based off of, so if I miss anything that is explained in the game, let me know in the comments. In this episode, we will meet Alma, the leader of the Noisy Fairy Squad, as they head out on the real first mission. So let's get into this. Two Zakus are fighting one another, going through a training exercise. We have discussed the MS-06G Zaku 2 high mobility ground type in the past. It is a weird in-between ground unit that was made before the Goof was created. This is the Alma Sterner Custom, which has an additional 3-2 missile pod and a heat sword. Hell yeah! But also it took all the way up to 2021 for them to make a samurai-styled heat sword. It also has extra spikes, making it look even more like a Goof and adding to the confusion. But we haven't talked about her opponent, who is an Zaku 2 sniper type. Like the Zaku 1 sniper, the Zaku 2 sniper was designed off of the Zaku recon type, which is weird because they removed the additional sensors added to the recon unit. This was created specifically for the Code Fairy video game. It is equipped with a sniper rifle with a foldable bipod, a cracker grenade, a Sturmfaust, a camera gun, and a shoulder shield. The sniper tries to get some shots, but Alma is too fast. She pulls out her heat sword and moves in closer to get a direct hit. Alma Sterner wins the mock battle. Killy Garrett comes in to congratulate Alma on her skills. Barbara tells Alma to refer to Killy as Major Garrett. Tirn Na Nog is home base to the Noisy Fairy team. Also, I looked it up. Tirn Na Nog, I think that's how it's pronounced, is a Celtic other world, apparently. This team is officially stationed with the Earth Attack Force and Terrestrial Mobile Division 11th MS Battle Battalion. The former Ace Mobile Suit pilot, Major Killy, is now in command and was the one to bring Alma onto the team. Mia Brinkman is younger than Alma, but she is a technical officer and certified by Zimad. She handles all of the mobile suit mods for the team. Ermelia Grubber is the head mechanic. Barbara acts as the operations manager, kind of, and is the strict one of the bunch, who keeps everyone in line. The Zaku sniper pilot is Helena. Alma is modest towards her, but Helena knows it's Alma's skills that got her the win. Alma wants to drop formalities, but she continues calling her Lieutenant. Alma goes to complain about Helena to Mia, during which she sees her new designs for their mobile suit upgrades. What she is really mad about, though, is that she was made leader by Garrett. They have just been informed that they are moving out west for their first battle. The team heads out on the Sylph. The Sylph is an atmospheric transport vehicle that is made exclusively for the Noisy Fairy Squad. It is very similar to the Fat Uncle, but twice as long, and it takes on a boxier shape. It is essentially what the Fat Uncle would be if they had Photoshop or a more technical tool in the 70s. The Sylph uses 4 large VTOL rotors for lift and 4 thermonuclear jet engines for thrust. It does not have any weapons, but has extra sensors and antennas for improved command and control. It could hold multiple mobile suits and will even be seen holding a Dom Nomides, which is quite a big girl. More on that unit later. The Major informs the team that their mission is to protect the Gallop that sent out an SOS recently. She mentions that the UGS is not picking up any EFF activity. Alma is confused by what that means. The team tells her it is a sonar tool to see through high Minovsky particle density. In Zeonic Front, the Midnight Fenrir Corps also had something similar. This UGS is attached to Mia's Zaku 2 ground type. Mia, Helena, and Alma launch. A squad of EFF fly mantas come attacking the Gallop. That is when Alma comes in with her beam sword and tears through one of the fighter jets. They start shooting down fly mantas one by one, but then something hits the Gallop's engine. Mia notes that they are getting bombarded. It is stronger than your typical Type 61 tank. She pulls out the UGS system and tries to spot something. Everyone is yelling at Mia while she is trying to use the radar, and she begins crying. Alma flashes back to Killy, telling her what it means to be a leader. She says that when a teammate is in need, you must listen and help them out as best as possible. Alma rushes and calms Mia down. She then tells her to gain as much data as possible while she rushes. She calculates the trajectory and gives Alma the location. Alma sneaks through the building to find a gun tank. She is able to slice through the mobile suit, but GMs pop out behind her. Helena takes out one with her sniper, and the 3 units close in on the GMs. The fairies make fun of the Gallop team, teasing them for being rescued by a bunch of young girls. They also call the commander Gallop Gramps. Mia apologizes for hesitating, but Alma something power of friendship something. Barbara says that is their first contact they had with an EFF mass-produced mobile suit and suggests that they tell the higher-ups. The Major says, of course, but most likely Zeon already knows of this. Garrett says Side 3's just too far from Earth, suggesting that Zeon will be too apathetic to respond to the report. They suddenly get an emergency transmission. Barbara informs the team that Garmazabi has just been killed in action. Over at EFF's North American base, a young Ensign Lilith Aiden awakens from her sleep. She is ready to kill herself some Zeeks. It has been 2 weeks since Garma's death. Major Garrett is watching Garanzabi give his eulogy speech. Like many higher-ranking officers that still believe in independence, Major Garrett saw Garma as the last great hope for Zeon. After White Base took out Garma's gal, they bailed down south. Even though Seattle has been decimated, it is still the best place to situate yourself to retake California Base, so that is where EFF will be moving next. Urmela tells the girls to strategize over a battle plan, but they don't know how many people they're taking out or who they're going to run into. After Alma puts up some pumpkins for Halloween, and Helena starts talking about playing tricks when she was a young girl, it inspires Alma to create a diversion on the battlefield. They do the cliche where Alma goes, "We're going to do this and this," but we as the audience don't hear the plan, and then we smash cut to the battlefield where they explain the plan in real time. Is there a name for that cliche? If not, someone name a cliche down in the comments. They have to destroy an enemy transport trailer without knowing how many escort units are with it. Barbara is concerned, but the Major tells her to put more faith in the team. As they scout the area, they notice 7 GMs are escorting the trailer. Alma goes in for the attack, but then runs away into the shadows of the ruined buildings. This causes the GMs to split up. They are able to get one alone, and all 3 take it out. They use a spotlight in the shadows to initially give off the illusion that there are more of them. This spreads them out more. The fairies then deploy dummy Zakus, but it doesn't really distract them for too long. They shoot the dummies, which contains mines, causing an explosion. It doesn't damage the gems, but it knocks them over. Easy pickings for Helena to begin sniping some mobile suits. They are all distracted and in distress. Alma and Mia overwhelm them while Helena picks them off from afar. After hearing Helena's Halloween story, she refers to this tactic as trick or treat. After all the units are destroyed, they take out the trailer, completing their mission. Suddenly, they pick up a signal from their 3 o'clock. It is a GM ground type. The RGM-79G GM ground type was developed before any of Almado's data was integrated into the GM. Because of this, their battle data comes from the RX-79G ground Gundam that we saw in 8th MS Team. It uses Luna Titanium and is said to perform better than the ground Gundam and even can surpass Grandpa Gundam under Earth gravity, according to the Master Grade Instruction Manual. Unlike the ground Gundam, the GM ground doesn't have chest Vulcans. Also, the EZ8 shows that many parts of the GM ground and Gundam ground can be interchangeable, though it would remove the Luna Titanium, which gives it the upper hand. It is equipped with a beam saber, a 100mm machine gun, the 90mm bullpup machine gun, a shield, and all of the weapons that a standard GM can equip, which is quite a lot. It is piloted by Aiden. She tears through a dummy Zaku and attacks Mia. Helena goes to protect Mia while Alma rushes towards the GM ground. Helena tells Alma to get back and that the Fetty isn't playing games. She tells Alma a story of her childhood. She grew up in the slums of Side 3, surviving by stealing from the mob. She too didn't take stealing seriously until one day she had barely made it out alive. She tells Alma that some people are out for bloodlust and that this Fetty is one of those kind of people. She advises they pull back as the Sylph arrives to pick them up. Helena gets Mia back to the ship and then heads back out to support Alma. Alma isn't holding up too well. Aiden destroys her hyper bazooka and pins her down. The Fetty uses her beam saber when Helena comes in with support. While distracted, Alma uses her arm missile pod and breaks free. Alma knocks over Aiden. Helena has an open shot, but when she shoots, the GM is protected by another GM unit. It is her commander, Captain Barry Abbott. He orders her to retreat. The team makes their way back to base. When they get back, the Gallop Gramps team sends out treats as a thank you for helping them. They all decide to have a Halloween party in celebration of their successful mission, but Alma still can't get that bloodthirsty Fetty pilot off of her mind. And that will do it for this episode. I wouldn't recommend any fan translations of this manga out on Manga Decks. They kind of all are a little bad. The version you find was translated with Google, and it does have a lot of Gen Z slang. Not that I am old man yelling at clouds, but decades from now when no one talks like that, your translation won't be useful to people. There is a lot of vaporware fan translations from the early 2000s because of this. I need to get a hold of the Raws to see for myself. This story isn't really treading new ground and comes off as an easy retelling of some paragraph mentioned in a mission briefing in the game. But that is too cynical of an attitude to take until I read the Japanese version. We're going to go at a light pace for this series, so don't expect a weekly video of this one. Next time, Barbara puts discipline into the girls. The team will also get a hold of some Ifrits and a Dom tropical test type. But that will do it for now, new types. Remember, when your Zabi brothers are failing at war, girls get it done. Peace.